Hello everyone, I'm so glad you could join us today. We have an exciting discussion ahead about a recent cooking challenge I faced. Recently, I was preparing a special dish for a family gathering, a hearty wild rice and mushroom casserole. Wild rice adds such a unique, fatty flavor and chewy texture, making it perfect for this dish. The gathering was a celebration of local produce and seasonal ingredients, and I wanted to highlight the wild rice from a nearby farm. Wild rice is not actually rice but a seed from aquatic grasses, and it's quite popular here in Washington for its rich flavor and nutritional benefits. It pairs beautifully with dishes like pilaf, salads, and soups. When I discovered I was short on wild rice, I had to get creative. I decided to blend some quinoa and barley to mimic the texture and nutty taste of the wild rice. To enhance the flavor, I added a touch of smoked paprika and fresh herbs. This inventive mix not only saved the dish, but also brought a new depth of flavor that everyone loved. It was a perfect example of making the best out of a challenging situation.
That's such a brilliant solution, Emily. The combination of quinoa and barley sounds delicious and resourceful. I can imagine how it might have added a unique twist to the dish.
I agree, Sarah. Emily's ingenuity really highlights how we can adapt recipes when faced with shortages. The use of smoked paprika and herbs must have really elevated the flavor.
Absolutely. It's inspiring to see how Emily turned a potential setback into an opportunity to experiment and enhance the dish. I love how the alternatives she chose complemented the casserole.
Emily, your approach is impressive. Combining quinoa and barley is not something I would have thought of. It's always great to learn how others tackle similar challenges in the kitchen.
When purchasing wild rice, one critical criterion to consider is the grain's origin and authenticity. Wild rice that is harvested in its natural habitat, like the lakes and marshes of Minnesota, has a unique flavor profile and nutritional value. In Texas, we prioritize the source of our ingredients, and I make sure to buy from reputable sources that guarantee the wild rice is genuine and sustainably harvested.
That's a great point, Jennifer. Authentic wild rice indeed has distinctive characteristics that make it special.
I'd like to add that when buying wild rice, it's crucial to check for quality and freshness. Wild rice should have a firm texture and a slightly glossy appearance. I usually buy my wild rice from local farmers markets in Florida to ensure it's fresh and flavorful.
Freshness is essential, Maya. Additionally, considering the price and packaging can also be important. High-quality wild rice might come with a higher price tag, but it's worth it for its superior taste and texture. In New York, I've found that well-packaged wild rice often indicates better quality.
Price and packaging are indeed significant. Another criterion to keep in mind is the color of the wild rice. It should be dark brown to black, indicating it's been minimally processed. I'd always look for this when shopping in California.
Absolutely, Sarah. And for anyone buying wild rice, checking for any signs of mold or an off smell is crucial. These are indicators that the rice may not be fresh or properly stored.
If you find yourself without wild rice, one alternative could be brown rice. It has a similar texture and is quite versatile. In Washington, brown rice is a common substitute that works well in many dishes. However, it lacks the distinct nutty flavor of wild rice.
I agree, Emily. In Texas, we sometimes use a mix of barley and bulgur as an alternative. These grains offer a nice texture and a slightly different flavor, though they don't completely replicate the unique qualities of wild rice.
In Florida, I've used farro as an alternative. It has a chewy texture and nutty flavor that can somewhat mimic wild rice, but with a different taste profile.
That's a good point, Maya. In New York, I've used a combination of quinoa and oats. They provide a decent texture and absorb flavors well, though they're not quite the same as wild rice.
In California, we often use a blend of rice and lentils as a substitute. While it doesn't replicate wild rice's exact texture, it adds a hearty element to dishes and is a great option in a pinch.
To wrap up our discussion on wild rice, we've covered quite a bit. I started by sharing my experience with the shortage of wild rice, and how I creatively managed it. Jennifer highlighted the importance of sourcing and authenticity when purchasing wild rice. Maya pointed out the significance of freshness in packaging. Chloe discussed price and packaging considerations. Sarah focused on the color and signs of quality. We also explored various alternatives to wild rice, including brown rice, barley, boulder, farro, quinoa, and a blend of rice and lentils. Thank you all for your insightful contributions and engaging discussion. It's been a pleasure discussing wild rice with everyone. Thanks to Jennifer, Maya, Chloe, and Sarah for sharing your valuable insights. I hope our viewers found this conversation helpful. Until next time, happy cooking and take care.